Another day, another tape, another secret location, and more and more and more numbers. Yes, another update for you guys today on the teasers, and just talk about everything that happened today. So, first thing I want to talk about is the tape itself. The tape itself, this was the weirdest one, because like the other ones kind of had a theme. One was kind of like, it talked about a lot of things, but mainly the space race is the thing that stood out. Like yesterday's tape, the main thing that stood out was probably the mind control attempts done by the CIA, and then of course you look at the ones previous to that, maybe JFK and stuff like that. But this one was kind of all over the place. It was going from talking about people being stomped over in this concert to Carter within the Middle East, or the US in the Middle East, and President Carter and his involvement there, and then still the Russians I guess Soviet Union every now and then. So this one was all over the place. I couldn't really grasp like a theme of this one. So this one's kind of interesting, but the year, of course, it was based in is 1971. The only one we have so far that's not based on multiple years is just a single year, which is weird because you would think they would do that for one that had something very special happen that year. Like you would expect like something like 1969, the time when we actually went to space for the first time. So you'd think if you were going to have one year, it'd be that one, but 1971? I think, you know, the reason that there wasn't really anything in this tape that really stood out is because you only had 1 year to choose from. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some interesting things that happened, but compared to the other ones, it's just like, why'd you choose only that year for this one? It is interesting nonetheless. But alongside with that, of course, we got more codes on this one and previous TVs, and I'm not going to read you off all the codes because there are so many, but I'll just read you off for the newest tape, of course, 1971, and it was kind of interesting. This one I think is going to have in relation to do with something I'll talk about later, but we'll get to that. But for now, the codes were 02, 00, 03, 03, 06, 01, 09, 07, 00, 09, 04, and finally 01. So I think everyone could tell the pattern very similar to yesterday's codes that all had a 0, but the thing that stands out compared to that one is that we have 00. That's the first time we ever seen that for any of these, so that's the main thing that stood out from the codes. But of course, for the big and juicy part of all this is the new Warzone code, because the new Warzone code is for F4, which if you guys didn't know, you guys will be seeing gameplay of this, but it's it's kind of right above, or to the right above-ish of the TV station. You guys will see the exact location. You could go to this little shed, and this little shed I thought was going to be kind of disappointing like the other small locations, but this one is probably the most interesting out of all of them. But before we can get into that, first, I want to just mention like how you actually get in there. So once you get to this little shed, the number you need to put in to actually access it is 27495810, or you guys will see on the screen, and you guys can just pause it and look at it there if you want to do this yourself. And this one doesn't seem as many people are showing up to stop you or just interfere with anything, or just that. I did get griefed a couple times, but you know, it is I think it's the more common ones out of all of them, so, you know, if you guys do want to check out that one, this one would probably be pretty easy. Of course, if you're looking for loot, this isn't the one for it. Definitely 2 bunkers are the ones for that, but this one still is, has some very interesting things based on how small this location really is. Now, a couple things you could take of note is that right as you walk in, and well, based on which side you went in, but the side I went in, right as you walk in, you see a map of Warzone, and the thing that stands out is the places it highlights. It highlights prison, stadium, downtown, and train station, if I'm not mistaken. Now, another thing that was pointed out to me by Andy is that this is actually a map of before the stadium's top was blown off, which may be significant, maybe not. Not entirely sure. Another thing to take note of is that we have a phone, a red phone with the same numbers, 53124, I believe the numbers are. I'm not sure. There could be some iffy there. Besides that, you see a lot of pictures on the wall that are mainly look like Warzone locations or multiplayer locations, but then there's some weird ones that stand out that you're all like, what's that? I couldn't really pinpoint them, so if you guys can, then I'd go ahead and tell me. But either way, the final thing that I think is of note to point out in this room is that you see a TV similar to the one we have on the website, and it's just an older fashioned TV. And with this TV, the main thing that stood out to me out of everything were the little digits on the side. You'll see them on the top left. I'll have an image of it, and next to them you'll see like some weird symbols, a circle with the cross going through it that I'm just remembering that is from, I believe, yeah, that's from Attack of the Radioactive Thing, that symbol. But either way, you see the symbols, and then you have the dial next to it, dial to different things. And I think it's like 8, 7, 2, and something else. I can't remember off the top of my head either. But either way, those are the numbers which really stand out to me. I think they may or may not be something, because it just seems like an extra detail to put there, those numbers or those symbols next to the numbers and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the main standout things of this. I'm sure there's some other small things you can notice here and there. I mean, there's a picture of some random lady that I'm not entirely sure who she is. But, you know, we have a lot of questions surrounding what we found inside there. But regardless, that's it for that. Now, there are some things I want to talk about quickly that I think are going to be very important tomorrow on what seems to be the final day of these little teasers, or maybe it's actually going to be something huge. We don't know, but either way, it seems like it's going to be the final day of these teasers. And the thing is that stood out to me is if you look at all of the VCR tapes that you have inside, and if you look at the newest one, 1971, there's a red sticker on it. You look at the one before that, you have 1977 through 78, there's a pink sticker, there's a blue sticker, then just all those. And I think those are going to relate to the ciphers we've been getting, that we had since the first day. And I think these are what the numbers are going to lead to. And really looking at 1971's reds, you connect that to the red cipher, I really think by tomorrow we're going to have all the information we need to solve all of these. Because yes, they have been solved to an extent right now, but they're just gibberish right now, the solve we have. So I think the numbers are going to be what finally solve these into like something that actually makes sense. But either way, that's really all I could say about today's update. I don't really think that there's really much more to speak of. It is an interesting one. Again, just another teaser that hopefully by tomorrow we'll have at least an idea of what exactly is going to happen with an actual reveal of this game, because up until this point we literally have seen nothing. And I know people are getting annoyed with this type of teasers, and I agree and disagree at the same time, because I like the teasers, but at the same time I am very sympathetic to the idea that this should have been done months ago. But either way, that's about it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely do all the normal YouTube stuff, because we may be seeing this reveal probably this week. I don't know, I'm not going to say anything I'm going to regret, but we may be seeing some more pretty big information in the upcoming days. But that's about it for me. I'll catch you guys or if you guys did, actually we forgot to do this. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely do all the normal YouTube. Wait, I already did that. No, I did do that. But anyways, catch you guys in the stream video or whatever maybe, and later, guys.